This is a celebration of our first 10 videos. So if you missed one, you have a chance of seeing it in this video. If you had a favorite, you'll get to see it again in this video. Thank you for watching. I truly appreciate your support. Let's get into these. This is Paranormal True or False. You can follow us on Instagram or subscribe to us on YouTube. Both are free. In this first clip, a shadow figure is discovered. But keep an eye on the camera operator. He changes how he pans the camera into the rooms. When the camera operator gets to the room on the left, he actually turns the camera towards the room. But the room with the shadow figure, he barely glances into it. There is something there that looks like a shadow figure, but I'm not convinced it's paranormal, just because of how the camera operator panned his camera in one room versus glances in another. In this clip, it appears someone is walking out of the flames. This is a scene of a car fire. Now I want to know why the camera operator is capable of watching a child walk out of the flames, not scream, not cry for help, not run towards or run away from the scene. This makes no sense to me at all. This is some type of video effect, not real paranormal. This next clip takes place in a cemetery in Lima, Peru. As the investigator walks up to the tombstone, I'm looking for any type of string, a board, or a light source anywhere around this tombstone. As the investigator is looking at the front of the tombstone, an arm or a board or something rises up behind the tombstone. Then it lowers, showing some transparency. My first thought is that it is a light shadow anomaly, but I notice that when he's moving, that object is not moving, and when the object is moving, he's not moving. So it's not light and shadow caused by his camera. Now, could it be a bug on the other camera that's just walking across the lens? That's possible. It could also be a glitch in that camera as well. Could it be a remotely triggered object? Could the investigator be working with someone off camera who hid behind the tombstone, out of sight of the camera, and created that effect? Did they then move when the investigator goes behind the tombstone? These are all possibilities. But to be fair, we have to ask, is this real paranormal activity? This first clip is about a door handle that is rattling. I have to laugh at this one, because my cats actually do this to me all the time. They'll knock on the door, or they'll grab the handle, wanting in. And of course, he doesn't pan the camera down to the floor, so we can see if a pet ran out. Did the pet jump on the door and close it? This type of door handle will rattle when you open up another door in the house. Also, if you make sure all the screws are in the door handle, that can prevent it from rattling too. It is a well-lit staircase, perfect for video. In this clip, a man believes that he's being choked by a demon while he sleeps. If you are experiencing this, Please seek medical attention, as this could be a sleeping disorder, not the paranormal. There are many sleeping disorders, and there are some that are fatal. Sleep paralysis has different types of hallucinations. In this case, the chest pressure hallucinations mimics someone sitting on your chest and choking you. Sleep apnea is literally you stop breathing while you're sleeping. This could cause heart attacks and strokes, which could be fatal. Please consult a doctor if you're having any problems with breathing while you're sleeping. Night terrors can cause you to sleepwalk as well as flail around in the bed. Again, if you're having any issues while you're sleeping, consult a doctor. It may not be paranormal. If you have any other questions about sleep disorders, go to the National Institutes of Health at nih.gov. In this clip, we will see a figure in the window, but is it staged? I don't know if the flashlight is a signal. They lower it, and as they raise it back up, a figure shows up, but then they immediately lower the light and remove the camera. Why? I can't help but wonder if they've had a conversation of, hey, when we lower the light, that's the signal, and then when we raise it, pop out, and then we'll lower it quickly so nobody sees you. They run into the building and can't find anyone. When you watch the clip, watch for the blind spots, where the chair conveniently disappears behind other items. The first thing we see is the chair being pulled to the left, behind another chair, and there's a blind spot there. Is somebody hiding there? Now the chair is almost completely hidden behind the other chair. Is there someone hiding there and shoved that chair into the middle of the room? This smoky mist is pretty compelling. However, there's a counter right there. Is someone hiding behind it using a smoke machine? Again, with the counter right there, is someone hiding behind it and just used a string to pull the chair towards them? Let's rewatch the clip. This video is supposedly from a recently widowed man. I don't know if this is some sort of telekinesis brought on by the trauma of losing his wife. I don't know if this is his wife, but I do know I can see how it could have been faked. This next clip is an optical illusion caused by the camera adjusting to lighter paint patches on the wall. From the position of sitting down, he captures a shadow in the lower right-hand corner of the reflection that mimics that lighter patch of paint on the wall. These patches on the wall, when he's looking into the reflection and away from the light, it's causing the camera to pick that up as a shadow. When he turns back around, it's gone, and it's because he was standing. This next clip is definitely creepy and a crawly. You can see some type of ghostly figure crawl out of frame. It's cool and it's creepy, but I think it's a video overlay. Today's video is a bit different because all the clips are from the same house. There's a teddy bear in the corner sitting on a box. It slowly rises up and then it starts smoking while it's hovering before it drops back down. My initial thought is that it's a stick or a string or a magnet that is causing the teddy bear to raise up. But I noticed that the curtain is not moving, which would interfere with both a magnet or a stick technique. It would also swing more if it was on a string. But why is it smoking? Is that powdered paint shaking off of it? Well, because I'm not interested in rockets, I did not initially think about rockets, but that is exactly what he is using. He strapped the teddy bear to the rocket and then tethered the rocket to a stick or cable that limits the height and causes the hovering effect. The smokiness is actually the sparks from the rocket that will turn black when using this type of camera. And when the rocket burns out, the teddy bear falls back down the stick or cable to the floor. When I freeze the frame and zoom in, I can't tell if that is a cable or a pole behind the teddy bear or a fold in the drape. Either way, thank you Mythbusters for teaching me you can strap rockets to toys, tether them so that they go the direction you want them to go in. This next clip is using an SLS camera, and I know they don't use light or color, they're using a laser grid, but I don't know why one of the stick figures is yellow and the other one is red. The first stick figure just looks at the nightstand, but it doesn't move it. The second stick figure crawls onto the bed and knocks over the nightstand, then just sits back on the bed and watches the owner wake up. Is it possible to edit out a living human being and just leave the stick figure? You can see the stick figure reaches over and touches the nightstand. But is this a video editing trick? What I also found interesting about this clip is when the owner gets up and throws the covers off, he hits the thing on the bed and it doesn't budge. In the next clip we watch, the camera is malfunctioning and it flashes on and off, and something is being captured in the transitional stages. During the transitional stages between light and dark, the camera appears to pick up some type of a pixelized form. This pixelized form takes on multiple shapes during these light and dark transitional phases. When I slow the footage down and go frame by frame, it appears someone is behind the camera, flashing something so close to the lens that it's interfering with the shutter speed between light and dark. And there may be some type of image on the paper or the board that they're using that creates this pixelized form. In this clip, we're going to see a creature caught in the pipes. As the camera is moved through the pipes, we can see a creature. What is it? This footage is from utility workers working on the pipes, and supposedly they still have not identified this creature. It appears to me to be a frog or a toad trying to defend itself from being run over by the camera. This next clip shows a shadow figure creeping up behind this guy. As the investigator is speaking into his camera that's on a stand in front of him, a shadow sneaks up behind him. I can't help but wonder, is there someone standing in front of the light but behind the camera? This clip shows a closet door opening and closing, seemingly by itself. As a person holds the camera pointing towards the door, a smoky haze crosses in front of it, and then the closet door starts opening, seemingly by itself. There is a candle burning on the left-hand side of the screen. Is that causing the smokiness? Is it also causing those shadows? There are a lot of clips of this closet door opening. Does she live near an earthquake fault line, a train station, or an airport, something that causes her house to vibrate? And that vibration is causing that door to open up on its rollers. I think I would try to do some type of an experiment with a door latch to see if instead of the closet door opening, the latch opens. In this clip, we'll see a guy investigating some tunnels. These tunnels are located in an area that believes in the Mothman. It looks like it has very dark humanoid limbs, so I don't think it's a cat or a bat. Could it be a human being in a costume? Initially I thought it might be photoshopped, video overlay, video effects. But then I noticed that when it darts back behind the wall, it kicks up water. So something is definitely there. In this clip, a leg is grabbed. As we watch, we can see a hand on the boy's leg, then it disappears. Was somebody hiding behind the tree? Are they on the other side of the hill? Did they run off? I would be so afraid for the safety of this child that I would not be able to keep the camera on this situation. This camera operator is able to show us the boy's leg as well as behind the tree. Is this staged? A shadow in the reflection. Normally I dismiss a lot of shadows that are caught in reflections and captured by camera, because cameras have to adjust to different light angles, and that can create these anomalies. In this case, I can't tell if the shadow is moving because she is moving or if it really is paranormal. It appears to turn and walk off the screen, but I don't know if it's because she's moved and it caused the camera angle to change, causing an optical illusion. This first clip involves a kitchen that has a lot of movement. The motion picture industry uses string to create this type of special effect, and all of this activity is moving towards the center of the room. Is somebody laying on the ground? and just using string to open up these cabinets. Is the string not visible because of color matching techniques or because of camouflaging? This is definitely a lot of movement, but is there movement we can't see? Again, is a string being used? In this clip, the movement involves a fruit basket and a remote control. We see a fruit basket moving towards a door. Anytime an object is moving, and it's moving towards a door, towards a blind spot, towards being off camera, I have to wonder if there's just somebody there with a string pulling that object towards them. This time, a remote control is being flipped across the floor. If you wrap string around this a couple of different directions and a couple of times, would it recreate that flipping motion? This next clip has powder or flour on the floor. As we watch, we can see the flour or the powder blowing across the floor, as well as that strap is moving. What air source is being used to blow the flour around? Is it a tire pump? Is it bellows? Is it human breath? Is it coming from underneath that piece of furniture? Is it coming from behind that wall? Or is it coming from above? This first clip involves a door that keeps opening and closing on its own. The door is actually moving slower, but I sped up the footage because it's over a minute long. As we go into the room, we see around the room and under the bed, but we do not see if there's anything behind the door. Is there some sort of mechanical contraption rigged to the door in the wall that recreates this paranormal effect? And is that why he didn't show us what's behind the door? In this clip, we're going to see multiple items moving, including a Christmas tree. First, you'll see the Christmas tree twisting, as if it's dangling from a string. Then you'll see other items move towards the Christmas tree. Is somebody on the staircase landing, just using string to pull these items? I can't help but wonder if the staircase is being used as a pulley system to pull these items in that direction. I don't know if this room is a fidget spinner for this ghost, or they just have a horrible Christmas list. For this last clip, we're going to see a shadow figure creep up on a guy sleeping. In the lower left-hand corner, you'll start to see a shadowy mist creep across the bottom of the screen. The cord on the floor on the right side moves. The shadows in the corner are a video overlay, not paranormal. I want to believe that this is paranormal, but the video overlay that he did actually interferes with the evidence, because now I don't know if he's trying to hide something behind the video effect, or if this mist is a video effect. For this first clip, we're going to see an attic door open by itself. The attic door pops open and then a box falls out. and shortly after that, the ladder comes down. Is this paranormal or physics? We can see that they've placed boxes pretty close to the opening. Is that what the problem is? Did a house vibration caused by a plane or a train cause that one box to fall onto the door, which caused the door to open up? Did that box dislodge that ladder enough to allow gravity to pull it down? Or is it staged and using a string? In this clip, we'll see a toy move by itself. A toy truck hits a ball that lights up and flashes. My first question is, why are there so many children's toys on a multi-$1,000 pool table? Next question, is somebody off camera with a string tied to that toy truck and all they do is pull it towards themselves? A shadow figure is seen in the shower. As he pans to the left, you can see a dark shape in the shower. Is it a shadow, or is it a towel hanging on a hook? In this clip, we will see a dark figure peeking out of doorways and windows. As the camera focuses, we see a dark head peeking out of the room. Is it paranormal, or is it a human playing a prank? This time the dark shadow can be seen in the window. What is it? Is it truly paranormal, or is it just a human being in a costume? Could it also just be the reflection of the lights behind the building, and there's enough holes and gaps in the building to show those lights? Again, we see the figure in the window. I believe this is just a human being in a costume. I just don't know if the investigator is in on it. It does look like that video game Among Us and one of the players on that. So I'm going to say he's sus, and I'm going to vote him off as the imposter. In this clip, we will see a face behind the screen. As we look at the screen, it appears that there is a face on the other side, and as the investigator gets closer, it fades away. There is another investigator on scene, so I can't help but wonder if just one of them stepped behind the screen to create this eerie effect. In this scene, we will see both a chair and a book move. The chair furthest from us moves, and also a book on the table has pages turn. Most likely it is a string being used. However, it does come across as a pissed off parent who's telling their child to sit down and do their homework. This clip comes from the exact same house. Keep an eye on the teddy bear. I hope you enjoyed this celebration of the first 10 videos ever released on this channel. I appreciate your support, and please add comments. I do read them. Always be safe and watch out for those non-paranormal threats. We've been discussing what type of merch that we'd like to do for this channel, and we want to include some merch for Jim. So give us an idea of what you'd like to see. Keychains, bumper stickers, pins, t-shirts, hoodies. Just put your remarks in the comments below of what type of merch you'd like to see us produce. And once again, thanks to Jim Riley for the background music. I hope you enjoy his music as much as I do, and I hope you go and follow him on Facebook. His link is in the description below. Hitting the like button helps with the YouTube algorithm, and it is free to subscribe. If you want to get notified of any future uploads, just hit that bell icon. And if there's videos you want me to review, or places that are known to be haunted that you want me to look into, just let me know in the comments section. Again, thanks for watching. We appreciate your support.